Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Dana and I have here a strawberry poke cake made from scratch with basic ingredients, step by step, so you can make this in your home and share it with your family and friends. I'm gonna start with a sponge, for which I'm gonna use basic ingredients like I said, and you can find the quantities on the screen and in the description box. So eggs, sugar, flour, lemon juice, sunflower oil, baking powder, you can use canola oil, some vanilla sugar, and a pinch of salt. This is all. 8 grams of vanilla sugar here, but you can replace it with vanilla extract if you don't have this. And as I said, a pinch of salt just to bring all the tastes together. Mix flour with baking powder. We make sure that our sponge will rise even. Separate eggs, add a pinch of salt over egg whites and start mixing them at low speed in the beginning, but when they will start to be nice and fluffy and white, start adding your sugar. Continue to mix until you have a nice meringue. Add the sugar gradually and mix it at high speed until you have stiff peaks in your meringue. Looks really nice, and this cake will be amazing, I'm telling you. You probably made this bunch of times with box stuff, but we making it from scratch. Add the lemon juice, egg yolks, oil and dry ingredients. Mix everything together, pour the batter in your tray. I line mine with baking paper and I'm gonna bake this in a preheated oven at 180 or 350 Fahrenheit, Celsius or Fahrenheit, for about 20 to 25 minutes. And in the meantime, while this is in the oven baking, I'm gonna make a Jello from scratch using gelatin. Okay, you can do this. I have here strawberries, fresh ones, sugar, gelatin granules, and water. And I'm gonna pour the gelatin in a bowl, add water over it, add some vanilla extract, cut strawberries and put them in a pot with sugar. I'm gonna cook this on the stove for a few minutes, but I'm cutting them first. Add sugar over and water, boil them and mix them with your vertical blender until the mixture is nice and smooth. I will not strain it. The seeds doesn't bother me at all, but you can do it if you want. And I'm gonna pour this over that gelatin that is hydrated, and I'm gonna let this to cool down. Now the sponge cake is baked, so I took it out of the oven and I am poking it with a handle from spatula. Okay, just poke holes all over the sponge cake, and when that Jello is cold, just pour it over your sponge cake and pour more in the holes that you have made, because this will create a nice dessert, you know, and the colors will be really nice when you're gonna slice it. Some parts on the sponge cake will remain white, some will be pink, so will be really nice. Pour this over and let everything cool down and set completely. Let's make now the frosting, and for this I'm gonna use cream and cream cheese, powdered sugar and vanilla extract. Again, you're gonna find quantities in the description box, but you can see them here on the screen. I will put this cream cheese in my mixing bowl, and I just noticed that had a lot of waste, so I removed that and started again. So cream cheese in my mixing bowl, and I'm gonna run my mixer just for a minute or so until the cream cheese will be nice and smooth, because we're gonna have to mix it up with the rest of the ingredients. But because it stays in these boxes for so long, sometimes it's in chunks like this, so it's not that nice. Start mixing it on slow, and you're gonna notice in a minute or so that it's really nice and creamy. I bring all the other ingredients close so I can have them handy. My powdered sugar, cream, all of them are cold. I start adding cream over cream cheese. And I will increase the speed of my mixer, and I'm gonna add powdered sugar as well and mix until all this mixture will be nice and fluffy, and the whisk will let some trails in the mixture. Add vanilla for flavoring, so mix at higher speed until the whisk is leaving some traces in your mixture. Okay, that came out good. When the sponge cooled down completely and the Jello set on our sponge, you can put the frosting over it. I'm placing it from place to place all over the sponge cake. Will look amazing, this dessert, and it's gonna be super moist and yummy, and it's gonna look also really, really nice. So place your frosting over, and I level it with the spatula, but also I did a tiny design on top of it with a scraper that had some cutouts in it. So first just level it with the spatula in a nice and even layer, and you're gonna see me doing a nice chevron design, I should say. I don't know exactly how you call these. And you can put your cake in the fridge until the cream is nice and set again. It's a cake that you want to store in the fridge, because it will be super tasty if it's cold. For decorating the cake, I used 50 grams of butter, a pack of Golden Oreo, and some fresh strawberries. You can leave the cake just like it is, just with the cream on top, but I wanted to make it prettier. So I put those Oreo cookies in my food processor, and I let the cream, the filling between them, I didn't remove that. I put the cookies in my food processor, and I want to grind them really nice and in small pieces. Okay, needs a bit more, so keep on going. Yeah, just a tiny bit more. I want a really smooth texture. Remove the blades from your food processor and add that melted butter. Mix it in. And I'm gonna sprinkle this all over my cake. And also, if you have mint, you can add some green leaves like that. I didn't have, so I just used this mixture to sprinkle all over the cake, and chopped strawberries as well. A bit of contrast will make the cake to look amazing and will give a lot of taste. So I'm just cutting the strawberries so I can place them over my dessert here. and I'm gonna have this in the fridge until everything is nice and set. Usually I'm cutting these desserts the second day because I know for sure that the frosting on top is set enough so I can have nice slices of this cake. So you will see, you can cut it really easy with a knife and serve it. Looks amazing and tastes absolutely delicious. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and give thumbs up to the recipe if you enjoyed watching it. Find reasons to smile, and I'm gonna see you next time with another recipe. Until then, have an awesome day. Bye bye.